Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm finally revealing to you my before and after photos from my dermarolling sessions. And I'm also reviewing all the products from the Banish Acne Scars Banish Starter Kit. If you don't know what I'm talking about, please head over to one of my previous videos. It is a first impressions on the Banish Acne Scars Banish Starter Kit. I talk about what the brand is, why I purchased the products in the first place, and I also demonstrate all the products in that video, and you get to see what my skin looks like after a dermarolling session. And please be sure to check out the blog post that I have linked down below. Sometimes when I film a video, I forget to mention a couple of things, whereas in the blog post, it kind of helps me structure my thoughts a little bit better. In the blog post, I also link every single product. I mention the original and sale prices, the ingredients list, and also I have my before and after photos on those as well. I'll also be listing timestamps down below if you want to jump to a certain part of this video. If not, just continue watching and we'll get right into this review. So like the name suggests, it helps get rid of your acne scars. This can be your hyperpigmentation or your atrophic scarring, and it focuses on the at-home device of dermarolling. Dermarolling is an at-home minimally invasive procedure of collagen induction therapy, and as it is in the name, it helps induce collagen. So what happens is that when you are rolling all these needles on your face, it creates micro wounds on your skin, and this helps activate your body's own healing mechanisms. Because it forms so many wounds on your face, it'll induce the collagen building process. Since all the wounds are on your face, this will really help speed up the healing process of any scarring you may have. After you finish dermarolling, it usually takes about 4 to 6 weeks to see the full effect of collagen induction therapy. It also depends on the size of the needle you use, which I'll get into later as I'm reviewing all the products for you. With these micro wounds, it actually also creates micro channels. So if you have any skincare products that contribute to the production of collagen, such as vitamin C, it'll help those skincare products penetrate further into your skin. And since all the Banish Acne Scar products have some type of vitamin C in it, it'll really help to enhance this collagen production, which is essentially what this line is focused on. I'll be sure to leave some sources about dermarolling in my info box down below. Now let's get right into reviewing all the skincare products and revealing to you my before and afters. How I'm going to be doing this skincare review is by how I use these products on the day that I dermarolled. So the first product I want to mention is the activated charcoal clay mask. I would use this 1 to 2 times a week, and if I was dermarolling that week, I would use it right before my dermarolling session. So the base of this mask is activated charcoal and green Italian clay. It also contains some skin-friendly ingredients like allantoin, zinc oxide, and blue-green algae and vitamin C as antioxidants. Whether those types of ingredients really work in a mask, I'm not sure, and after using this for 2 months, this is a pretty generic mask to me. All this would do is suck up any excess oil that I have on my skin and really prep my skin for a dermarolling session, leaving it really nice and dry and not too oily. Although this is a small size, I do find a little goes a long way. I have this much of mask left, so I do have a handful of uses left, so I do like that feature about this product. Otherwise, like I said, it was a pretty generic mask and nothing about it really stood out to me. After using the activated charcoal clay mask and before dermarolling, I would go in with the Pore Smasher. Another name for this is an ice roller, and what you could do is detach this barrel and stick it in the freezer for about half an hour to an hour. And the only times I would ever use this is right before a dermarolling session, just to cool off my face and kind of numb my skin to reduce any of the pain that I might feel from the dermarolling. I've seen devices like this go around the beauty sphere for depuffing. I'm not someone who gets really puffy skin in the morning, so I barely reached for this. And actually in my last dermarolling session, I completely forgot to use this before I went into the dermaroller. And truthfully, I didn't really notice a difference with the pain level. So this wasn't that much use for me, but I do know from some YouTubers and beauty bloggers that they really like ice rolling, and this would be a good option. On to the stars of the shows. It is the Banisher roller and stamp. Both of these came in sterilized packages, and I always disinfected them with rubbing alcohol before and after a dermarolling session. They are both 0.5 millimeters in length, and the material is titanium alloy. You could use this for up to 4 uses until you have to replace it with a new one. The reason for that is that one of the needles could have been potentially bent in that time, and that would just create further damage on your skin rather than helping it. It's also good for prevention in case like you could get infected from overusing these products as well. When I first started dermarolling, I would wait 2 weeks at a time, but after the second one, I kind of got the idea of how my skin handled this, so I only waited 1 week to do the 3rd and 4th dermarolling session. Not to spoil too much, but obviously they did work to an extent. You could kind of see it now in my face that my face does look a little bit smoother. What really irritates me about these products in particular is that they are $49 US each, not $49 US together. each. When I was Googling just to see some price comparisons compared to other brands or what else is offered out there, I managed to find a pack of 2 derma rollers for $20 Canadian with the exact same needle length and material. For the Derma stamp, it was a bit more difficult to find, but honestly, if I were to choose between the two, I would rather go for the derma roller just because, again, it's in a pack of 2, it's more affordable, and it obviously covers a larger surface area of your skin. Yeah, these products work for me, and as a little spoiler alert, I have noticed a change in my skin texture from using these products. However, if I can find these at a better price with a better deal and the exact same quality, I'm gonna go for that over this. After derma rolling right away, I would go in with the Banish Oil. What this is essentially a vitamin C serum, and for some of you vitamin C connoisseurs out there, what you'll find very interesting about this product is that it has the trifecta combo of L-ascorbic acid, vitamin E, and ferulic acid, and it's also in a base of glycerin. With the ingredients list in this, I haven't found anything else that is comparable, so I was really fascinated by this vitamin C serum, and it's also my favorite item out of the entire Banish starter kit. I find on application my skin tone would look really nice and even. It would look slightly plumper, and after using this every night for the past couple of months, I have noticed that the moisture level in my skin has improved. Despite mentioning all these good points about this vitamin C serum, there are a couple of things that do make me unhappy about it. First off, the website doesn't indicate what percentage of vitamin C is in here, and that's pretty important for someone searching for a vitamin C serum. And in terms of improvement in, say, my hyperpigmentation, one of my spots has gone down significantly, but I don't know if it's because of using this after a derma rolling session or it's the fact that I've been using it consistently. Even though it's on sale right now for $49 US, the original price for this is around $150 US. I can't bring myself to want to repurchase it. Like, I have to be in a very bougie mood to want to repurchase this, but even then, why not go for the SkinCeuticals over this? Despite the good points I mentioned about this serum, I can't bring myself to want to repurchase it again, especially knowing that there are other vitamin C serums out there that don't have to rely on derma rolling to show its effectiveness. After using the Banish Oil, I would go in with the Vitamin C Beauty Elixir. This is a face mist, and most of the time I would just use it in the morning. I would only use it once a day because of the size, or I would use it after the derma rolling session after I used the Banish Oil. I love facial mist, that's nothing new on my channel, and this is probably the worst one I've ever tried. It didn't hydrate, it didn't brighten my skin, it didn't soothe my skin. It really didn't do anything other than create a tingly feeling on my skin. The tingly feeling on my skin didn't bother me, it didn't irritate my skin, but it was just annoying. There isn't anything about this that I like, and I finished it within a month. So yeah, worst product. So after a couple of days from derma rolling, I would go in with the pumpkin enzyme mask, and I would use this 1 to 2 times a week. So the first ingredient is pumpkin fruit, and from what I've read, pumpkin fruit is supposed to be a really good source of fruit enzymes, glycolic acid, vitamin A and C. The problem is we don't know the exact amounts of those vitamins and acids in this mask, and if you look at the ingredients list, they added glycolic acid and vitamin C to this, and they also didn't disclose the percentage of AHAs or vitamin C in this either. I have to say this is probably the most painful mask I have ever used. I have done chemical peels in the past, and I've definitely done the 20% BHA or AHA type of peel, and for some reason this hurt a lot more. Some of the other ingredients in here are cinnamon bark powder and nutmeg powder, and those are 2 ingredients that I would use to make my at-home acne treatment, and I would mix it with honey, and those 2 alone, if you use too much, would really burn my skin and cause havoc. So for me, this is just a skincare mask that is a load of irritation. I thought after the first couple of uses of this product my skin would get used to it, but my skin never got used to it. I would always feel the really heavy stinging sensation once you applied this, and even though it did go away as you wore the mask longer, this has been quite an unenjoyable mask to use. Once I washed this off, my skin did look smoother, and any small zits that I had on my face would shrink, but I have other chemical exfoliant products that do the exact same thing and don't cause as much irritation as this product. Alright, it's now the moment you've all been waiting for. Did it banish? So I'm going to be posting right here a before and afterwards of my left and right cheek. I'm only posting those areas because that is the main areas of where I have any hyperpigmentation or textured scarring. Just to remind you, I only did 4 derma rolling sessions. And after the final derma rolling session, I had to wait 4 to 6 weeks to take the final after photo. And the photos, as you can see, are pretty high quality, and it speaks for itself that the products did work. As you can see from the photos, first thing I just want to mention, just ignore those really bad breakouts that I have have on my cheek. If you just ignore those breakouts for a second, you will notice that the texture has improved a lot. And I didn't notice this on myself at first until I took these photos, but my pores look a lot better. And that big hyperpigmentation mark that I have near my ear has decreased significantly in size. Also, I've noticed that if I'm surrounded by any bad lighting and I tilted my head a little bit, the acne scarring is definitely not as prominent as it used to be. And that was something that always made me really self-conscious when I went out, because the texture was always going to be noticed, because everywhere you go in the evening, the lighting sucks. There's definitely pros and cons to this kit, so I'm going to go through them right now with you all. Starting with the pros, if you're American, you'd be supporting a local brand. This was made by an American who had similar skin issues to myself, so you'd be supporting someone who understands what you're going through in terms of acne and acne scarring. The products are also made in-house by the Banish Acne Scars team, so they don't outsource it. It's made in Pasadena, California. The fresh items such as the Banish Oil and the Pumpkin Enzyme Mask are made the day that they are shipped to you. This means that the items you get will be super fresh and you won't have to question whether or not the vitamin C is fresh or is potentially already oxidized. The next point, it can be seen as a benefit to some, but the ingredients list, when you take a look at it, you could probably recognize 95% of the ingredients. So for the average consumer who is not familiar with the technical or chemical terms of skincare ingredients, you'll be familiar with what's in your products right away. The other pro is that you're gonna get guaranteed results. It does differ from person to person, but you're definitely gonna see what the benefits of dermarolling are and using it in combination with vitamin C. All right, and now for the cons of the Banish Acne Scars Banish Starter Kit. So the first con that I want to mention is the price. Now, I'm not sure how this price holds up with Americans. I still think $195 US is pretty pricey for what you're getting. But just to reiterate, in Canadian dollars, I paid $250.62. What I showed you from the products, they are small in size and they're only going to last up to 6 months until they start to spoil. In the ingredients list, there is really no obvious type of preservative, so you have to use it right away and consistently, which you should always do in your skincare anyways. And also in terms of cost, like, I really don't like that the Derma Roller and Derma Stamp are so expensive, especially when I found a Derma Roller online in a pack of 2 for a lot cheaper with the same quality. Another con that resonates with me a lot is that they don't give any information on how to use derma rolling safely. I understand on their YouTube channel they have demonstrations on how to use it. I just found there's a lack of depth of the pros and cons of dermarolling and emphasizing how to use it safely. I know they have an esthetician right now who is one of the current Banish warriors that produce content on their channel, so hopefully that is something that she will address, because dermarolling might not be for anyone and the needle size also matters as well, and I feel like that's something that they should talk about if they're going to sell a product like that. The third point I'm about to mention, it's not to say Banish Acne Scars is the only company that does it, and it doesn't mean I hate them for it. This is just a marketing practice that I personally don't like any company doing, and that is fear mongering. It is creating a certain fear around specific ingredients. If you go to the Banish Acne Scars website, you'll see that they list themselves as vegan, they list themselves as cruelty free and all that stuff. But one of the things that they mention in their points is that you can pronounce our ingredients. Just because something has a chemical name doesn't necessarily mean it's bad for you. Like, we use Latin names all the time in skincare, and it's not like we're gonna know what that is off the bat either. For example, one of the ingredients that they have in the activated charcoal clay mask contains dimethylaminoethanol. And the only reason I pronounced that correctly off the bat is because I practiced a little bit beforehand. That ingredient is just a fancy name for a vitamin B derivative. Everything's a chemical. Don't let a chemical sounding name scare you from trying something new. There is a whole new world of skincare with such great formulations, and if you're not going to buy it because there's a chemical that you can't read off the bat, you're really missing out. Again, this is not to attack Banish Acne Scars in particular, but I'm just personally not a fan of that type of marketing. If you are getting the Banish starter kit, just remember to not get rid of what is controlling your acne. That was the big mistake that I made. And what you can see from the before and afterwards, I was constantly getting more breakouts and my chin would just not stop with the breakouts. So definitely do not cut out what's controlling your acne. Second point, definitely use the products right away, just because there's no obvious type of preservative in these products. So you want to use them while it's really fresh. And having said that, even though you are using them and they are small in size, you don't need a lot when you use these products. So you will get the bang for your buck, because you don't need to use a lot of the product to see results. As for myself, I am really happy that I finally crushed the curiosity of trying these products. I supported Daisy along the way and I also got results myself. However, dermarolling in general, I will put a hold on it just because, again, as you can see, I'm still breaking out. So I've made the decision to hop on the retinoid bandwagon and try that out before going back to dermarolling. My friend picked me up a couple of tubes of different in in the United States. Different is a retinoid that is now over the counter that specifically targets acne, and from what I've read can also help with acne scarring. So starting today, now that I finished reviewing the Banish starter kit and I'm not derma rolling anymore, I will start using Differin. And in the future, once I run out of these products, maybe if I still can't afford to buy a retinoid cream off the bat, I will go back to derma rolling, because at the end of the day, derma rolling is fairly inexpensive, it is minimally invasive, and it's going to show results. Just make sure you look at the sources I posted down below, because you do want to know the pros and cons of derma rolling and whether or not it's right for you. And that concludes this review video on the Banish Acne Scars Banish Starter Kit. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like, subscribe to my channel down below, leave a comment if you have any questions, and I'll see you all soon. Ciao!